How many of you have heard of breast cancer in one way or another? Yeah, that was a real question. Y'all can raise your hands. No one? Okay. Well, breast cancer is everywhere. It's on TV, in ads, in public service announcements. You may have heard some statistics or seen some charts. To some people, these are just numbers. But it's not that they don't care. It's just that breast cancer never really seems real until it happens to someone you know. That being said, here are some facts that everyone should know. 1 in 8 women, or about 12%, will develop breast cancer in their lifetime. This may come as a surprise to most of you, but despite popular belief, men can get breast cancer, and 2,000 are diagnosed every year. There are 3 types of breast cancer: ductal, which is the most common, lobular, and inflammatory. There's one other type, called recurrent breast cancer, which is when the cancer cells return after being undetected for a long time, sometimes to the brain or bone marrow. This is my family friend Susan. In 2005, she was diagnosed with breast cancer. When I first found out, I was really young, and I didn't really know what breast cancer was, but I could tell that she was sick, and everyone was really worried. After a while, she started chemotherapy, which, though it was healing her, only made her feel worse. Not only was she getting physically sicker, but she was starting to lose her hair. And as Anna said, when you lose your hair, your self-esteem goes right with it. She was starting to feel really bad about herself. So, to cheer her up, we threw a mother-daughter party at the wig store near her house. She actually had a wig store near her house, conveniently enough. And we threw a party there, and we all got wigs in different styles and colors. She even found one that looked a lot like her real hair, and it made her feel so much better. After a 1.5 years of chemotherapy, radiation, and surgery, she was finally declared cancer-free. We were all really relieved. So, after a certain amount of time to rest, she was allowed to return to her job as a football coach at a local high school. Even though she had returned to her job, she still had to go in and get checked to make sure that the cancer wasn't going to come back. Although there's no way to make sure that you don't get cancer, there are certain things you can do to make yourself less susceptible. The easiest is prevention through nutrition, which includes limited alcohol consumption, no smoking, and a balanced diet. There are also certain organizations dedicated to spreading awareness, such as the Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure, which sets up sponsored runs to raise money for cancer research, and National Breast Cancer, and NBCAM.org, which organizes National Breast Cancer Awareness Month every October. In the words of a breast cancer survivor, we must learn the past, watch the present, and create the future. There's a lot of stories out there for our benefit that can teach us about the severity of cancer and how there are certain precautions you can take. By acknowledging this before it happens to us, we learn the past. Yes, as we heard in Susan's story, even once the cancer was gone, didn't mean that it was over. Just because the cancer cells were dead didn't mean that they weren't coming back. We have to keep close tabs on ourselves, even after immediate danger is over. This is how we watch the present. If you or a loved one are affected by cancer or any other disease or obstacle, keep fighting and don't give up. If it happens to someone in your family, try to understand what they're going through and be as supportive as possible. By choosing to help them and not give up, we create our future. Here are a few things you should remember. Stories of the past can guide us to the future. Many breast cancer survivors are willing to share their experiences and help spread awareness. Memories of important events should not be forgotten. Even though it happened all those years ago, I still remember Susan's story, and it's made cancer awareness something that I support. Interpret what is happening now and how it could affect you later. Interpret what is happening now and how it could affect you later. If you're feeling tired all the time or think you might be getting sick, don't dismiss it as nothing. Go to a doctor, because it could turn out to be something a lot more serious. Learn as much as you can about protecting yourself. In big ways, like women over 40 getting routine mammograms, or in little ways, like eating more broccoli or cauliflower, which contain high levels of isothiocyanate, a proven anti-cancer substance. Embrace your instincts. Studies show that something feels wrong with my body is the #1 gut feeling people ignore. No one knows your body better than you do. So if something feels wrong, do something about it. And last, keep a positive attitude and don't forget to smile. Thank you.